I did this class in high school called East, where you kind of invent your own project. And then I started working in SketchUp, which is a 3D modeling program, and that's a little bit of how I kind of got interested. And we were making a rain garden, so designing where the planters go, really simple stuff, but still kind of the beginning of that. So in college, I was learning a lot about general design, which I think can be applied in multiple scales, and one of them is architecture. So I was mainly focused in architecture, learning about how to make a space inhabitable, how to make it feel good, how to make it interesting, and just kind of have the right proportions and seem correct. Also, I think a lot of it was learning how to defend your work in critique and things like that, because in the real world, obviously, it's like that, and you're always having to do that. So just learning how to concisely present your work and then kind of defend it as well, because it's, you're being creative, and that's not always the easiest thing to share and then get feedback about. That's not perfect. My school offers a co-op program, so instead of it taking 4 years to graduate from your undergrad, it takes 5. You spend a total of 1 year working at jobs that are in line with your major to get professional experience before you graduate. So it was very cool for me, because I got to stop paying tuition and make some money, and also it was important to realize what I would end up doing, and it kind of helped me to realize what I did want and what I didn't want in terms of a job after I graduated. And the 2 jobs I worked at were good jobs, but they were a bit too corporate for me personally, I think. And I was often just doing kind of one repetitive task over and over again. And I didn't feel like I was part of the whole process. But it was a really good experience, just as valuable to learn kind of what you might not want to do than what you do want to do. And I was, very excited to be working in the model shop and with wood and things like that. I stayed for an extra year and I got my master's in architecture. So in total, it was 6 years of architecture school. I'm not licensed, so I can't call myself an architect yet, and that takes time. You have to go through lots of tests and log hours at your job in different categories. To get licensed as an architect, you need to pass 6 tests in California. And they're on a rolling basis, so once you start, you have to be committed to finishing them all, or else your tests will start to diminish or go away. And then also on top of that, you need to log what are called IDP hours. So there are different categories like pre-design, design development, construction administration, that you have to have a certain amount of hours logged at your job that you're working at. So it's kind of showing that you have proper experience to be able to stamp a drawing and be held accountable for it. Everyone says that you have to be good at math to be an architect, and I've found that basic math, but it's not as math-based as you would think. It's more design-based and feeling you know what fits where and what's right than actually calculating out crazy equations. Especially now, because we're working on computers so much, a lot of the math aspects and the hand drawing have kind of become less important. 10 years from now, I'm not sure what it will be yet, but I want to design something and have it come totally from me and be signed off by me and just kind of see it in reality. That would be the coolest thing.